Eminem's 12th studio album has arrived with a lot of sparks, controversy, and critical debates. Even the title, The Death of Slim Shady, its conceptual album where Eminem fights Slim Shady and grows to become a better person. From the first listening to the album, you are going to hear old Eminem is back and he's out here going toe-to-toe with new Eminem as a whole. This album is just going at social media and mainstream media, also mainstream rap. This album boldly seems Eminem bid farewell to his infamous alter ego Slim Shady, depicted even in a body bag in the artwork. This album wasn't just designed to show Slim Shady but also was shown that he can hold up to the modern sensibilities of audience in 2024 on a deeper level. This also Eminem way of testing hip-hop fans and music world at large level on how they really value albums at this point, because in a time where it seems album sales are going down in things, especially in genre of like hip-hop scene, are becoming more reliant on one quick and disposable moment. It's like Eminem has almost tried to respond to this narrative by building out an album that is well throughout and conceptual. As Eminem just released this new album of hip-hop fans has managed to even get more memorable returns to his Slim Shady alter ego in a fashion way like nobody expected. Death of Slim Shady, I didn't think gonna feel very emotional, but I dig deep. The bassly tracks feel more old school loop style with new crunchy bass notes. Already love it, and also like how he's mixing his old school Slim Shady with Marshall. He's evolved fully circle and more like this album should be studied similarly to the greatest poets of all the time. It obviously your poured heart and soul causes beyond our expectations for Eminem himself. We kinda needed this for long of time. It's entertaining too, dope beat and features as I delved in me with a poignant and introspective journey that left me awestruck. This album is a testament to Eminem's artistic evolution and his unyielding ability to confront his demons head-on. With the inaugural track Renaissance, Eminem masterfully sets the tone for a nostalgia-tinged odyssey that revisits the halcyon days of Eminem show and encore. As a narrative unfolds, Slim Shady controversial and addictive propensities assume center stage, precipitating an existential crisis that had me on the edge on my seat. Tracks like Habits and Road Rage exemplify Slim Shady penchant for provocation and, while guilty conscience, to constitutes watershed moments wherein Eminem confronts his own hypocrisy and ultimately transcends Slim Shady pernicious influence. The album latter half reveals a more mature and introspective Eminem grappling with the traumas of his past in head honcho and articulating a vulnerability erstwhile unseen in Temporary and Somebody Save Me. This album is a magnum opus that testifies Eminem's storytelling virtuously and his capacity for artistic growth. The Death of Slim Shady is triumph that will leave you breathless and yearning for more. In recent albums, such as Kamikaze and Music to Be Murdered by, there are moments where Eminem attempts to channel Slim Shady. However, these efforts often feel forced, as if Eminem is trying to replicate the magic of his earlier alter ego rather than seemingly embodying it. The shock value that once felt genuine now appears to be a deliberate attempt to recapture by a bygone era. This shift can be seen as Eminem grappling with his legacy, striving to keep their spirit of Slim Shady alive while navigating the realities of his current life and career. The difference lies in the underlying motivation: authenticity. Slim Shady was born out of raw emotion and a desire to defy convention, while recent attempts to revive the person seem driven more by a nostalgia by past success and a response to audience expectations. Eminem's technical skills and lyrically prowess remain unmatched, but the essence, Slim Shady, unfiltered, rebellious, and unapologetically controversy, has been diluted by time and change. Eminem proved on his The Death Slim Shady album that a rapper doesn't need to keep with today's generation of rap on how they rap or using the same repetitive traps beats. He went back to his old style, flow, and sound, like on his first 3 albums when he got signed to Dr. Dre, with a mix of his old sounds and up-to-date sound too. I'll have seen a lot of reactions to the album and people has said this is old Eminem and what they have been waiting for. All that alone should tell you already done his job. It's just like when Nas releases Magic King Disease album. He took us all back to his Illmatic. I feel that's what most old school rappers should do. Go back to their old sound, flow, and give fans what made their fans fall in love with their music. And me personally, I'll love this new Eminem album. Not only it's him versus himself, I guess Marshall Mathers versus Slim Shady, but this probably going to be a most controversy album of all time, since he goes off topics like gats, transgenders, little people, fat shaming, racism, paralegalisms, women beating dude. straight spast in a couple songs, and I wouldn't be surprised if got too many inside information question besides him calling himself Lucifer, saying his fanbase is like a cult who worships him, and Dr. Dre is the Antichrist. There are two songs caught my attention on this album. It hits home and literally had me in tears, track like Temporary and Somebody Save Me track. These are the types of tracks LVE personally have been forward to hearing the real side of him and what I call on music. Also, I did like Fuel cause spast on him on Fuel. At the end of Guilty Conscience to after Eminem wakes up talks on the phone Paul. You can hear Slim Shady laugh at the Paul hangs up on phone. Eminem's suggestion that no matter how many times Eminem kills Slim Shady, but Slim Shady will always be part of him. Look now many people has inspired, look how many fans he has. His music speaks loud volume to so many people, no one comes close. Eminem. I knew this before the album come out. Eminem an addict, Slim is Eminem. On drugs he tries to be Slim, but falls flat because he will never be Slim as long as he's still sober. We're living in a different generation who don't give care about old school hop music. This album puts it to rest. He accepted the fact he will probably not be the GOAT he used to be as longer as he is sober. He puts Slim to rest by showing that greater good that he has accomplished. Eminem without Shady. He walked his daughter down to all beat addiction, one of harder features. Many other things. If you ever fought or had stories of people beat addiction, when you can relate to, he's accepted, helping himself as he truly is helping himself this time. Anyway, congratulations to Eminem, 16 years sober. I guess those grew up listening to him relate to his music in more ways than one. This album is a true representation of what some of us can say out loud and some of us can only mentally can't get it out. This album makes so much sense and it's beyond something where every song it was meant to be listened in order to get mean someone or else who needs to hear it's okay fighting demons or whatever other mentally chaos you may be going through. So Eminem, the struggle of addiction and using drugs to escape your introverted self. It covers the ditchimony of addiction and how it can create the life you love in real time and while destroying your future life. He clearly kills that, often a duality with its manifested alter ego, all of that off while acknowledging the insanity of cancel culture while canceling his addiction, and it's done if the most hip-hop fun way possible while playing nostalgia with bars. The tracks play out while listening in order the absolutely spit on descriptions of the Gen Z cancel culture and how their agendas are been forced on people. And if you're not in the line, your life is ruined. The man has stood up to wine culture, has made music and comedy with clear call-outs on what everyone else is afraid to say. For me, it's masterpiece of Eminem, Marshall Mathers, and Slim Shady in one. The growth of Temporary and Somebody Save Me track provides other side of Eminem father and his demons and so much more. Road rage habits and Guilty Conscience showcase that being against the grain is what rap is missing, saying retard, midget, etc. shouldn't get you cancelled. Conceptually, the album hits all the marks. Features of Jid, Big Sean, Babatron all hit expectation. Skylar Grey delivery an outstanding feature. This album shows Eminem hasn't lost a step and still at the top of his game. To me, the idea of Shady is done, but not Eminem. It's also an ending to all beefs. Basically saying no one been able to battle him, so he battle himself. On the tracks he won't respond to diss tracks, he wants to lay low and retire that life. But the question is, without Slim Shady and without dissing and pronouncing himself bit by Goat and Toby, is he still going to come out with new music or he retiring altogether? Comment, subscribe.
Because I had this one nightmare that Diddy might just pop in my dressing room at any time of the day.
You have to have it.
And it just has